speak to Aatif Nawaz, cricket commentator with the BBC's Test Match Special. Aatif, are you glad it's all over in a way?
Yeah, well, at least there's no more late nights in London, staying awake and being bleary-eyed the next day. But it has been a punishing kind of tour. I can only imagine what it's been like for English cricketers and England sort of fans who've travelled to all the Test matches. It has been punishing in a way and disappointing in others.
Where do the weaknesses lie primarily in your view?
Well, I think most sort of cricket journalists have landed on the same word over and over again: preparation. They've looked at the way England have approached the series, how they prepared during the series as well, and how they responded to a sequence of setbacks. And that's what's been questioned most of all, the preparation of this England side. When we look at the last sort of 2.5 years since Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes have sort of taken charge of this setup. They've been very bullish about the way they've gone about things, and of course they have a lot of success to show for their methods. But some people have sort of suggested that perhaps they've been a little bit tunnel visioned, relying very much on this sort of aggressive form of play and maybe not respecting the situation in certain forms, in certain moments of the game. There has been a lack of discipline in terms of stroke play from the batters. There's been a few dismissals that have just been really ugly, frankly, and sort of not really befitting of Test cricket. And you sort of think, well, why do they feel empowered to play those shots? And it's very easy for us from the outside to, I suppose, look in and critique. But I've spoken to various Test cricketers over the last few weeks who've told me that once you go sort of 2-0 down, even in Australia, those tours feel like a really, really long time, and it's a big hole to crawl out of. So, there's going to be a huge post-mortem about this England team. There's a lot of, I'm sure, a lot of journalists ready to go and tear them apart. But for their part, England's sort of captain and coach have both talked about what's required now to move forward as well. So, there's going to be a lot of discussion until England play their next Test match in June.
Is it the answer to have a clear out and rebuild who's in charge?
Well, I don't think, even if that is the answer, I don't think that's what's going to happen now. I think, sort of the ECB chairs have made the point that what we're going to do is we're going to stand by our coach, Brendan McCullum, and our captain, Ben Stokes, and we're going to try and work out what went wrong. Brendan McCullum himself conceded that tweaks are needed. This is the first time really that he's sort of accepted that, okay, maybe we need to do things slightly differently. They do have a lot of time to reflect on this, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. The international calendar is relentless. England will move straight into a series against Sri Lanka ahead of the T20 World Cup in just a couple of weeks. But in terms of Test cricket, they'll wait till June for their next assignment, and it'll be curious to see how they approach things. Will they still be that bullish, positive, aggressive side? Will they adjust their play for sequences, as was shown by Jacob Bethel in the final Test match? He played a very conventional Test innings and was successful. And you kind of watched him thinking, like, well, why didn't more of them do that during the series? It's been frustrating in many ways to watch from an England perspective, but there was some very strong cricket from Australia as well, and that shouldn't be discounted at all. Australia played an excellent series and thoroughly deserved their victory.
Aatif, good to talk to you. Thank you very much, Aatif Nawaz from Test Match Special.